Well, it's not a Banksy. What treasures await inside? Well, it's not a Banksy. Yeah, I used to come back here and shoot hoops until I threw my back out.
10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled.
Or was it my front? Yeah, the city of Old San Francisco picks up the trash once a year. I think we're getting close to our date. Why would a little gremlin like Rook have a basketball hoop? Ah, yes. Llama Claus would bring packs of cigarettes to all the good children around the world. It's Rook's hydropod garden. Whenever I see this, I think of Gordon Fitzpatrick from my Pandora case.
We've got to get this ship as far as possible from the planet Earth in that little time.
You know how to fly?
I know.
How do you know it even works?
I know how to fly. My father, a long time ago. Listen to me now, follow me. This is important. My mother's an American woman in Nebraska, but my father's DNA is in me. I know how to fly this ship.
He wasn't from around here, or even from this solar system. I didn't know there was that much polyester left in the world. Lord knows what I could do with an anvil, but it might be useful. Lord knows what I could do with an anvil. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radio... This door's just painted on. I knew there was something creepy in there. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
Hey, what can I do for you, Murph? That Holly is a real spitfire. I don't know how I feel about the whole holograms of people too thing, but yeah, why not? I can't really talk about that. If she died the way the cops said she did, burned inside your speeder, it's just too much to think about. I keep a little hope that maybe she ain't dead at all. Or at least that maybe she died in a more peaceful way. So that so-and-so was spying on you. You and I wasn't real close, so I couldn't say why he'd been doing that. I'm no good with that computer stuff, but that little fella at the barbecue joint is a whiz. I'll bet he could get you taken care of. You wouldn't remember him. He moved into the neighborhood a few years back. Not a pleasant man. I'll leave it at that. Zach don't come in here a whole lot. I guess he don't like my food much. Yeah, same old ornery cuss he ever was. Don't bother me none. I guess I'm just used to it. Haven't had another food joint on the street since Francesca ran the Slice of Heaven. I thought it might cut into my business some, but Not so far. Maybe we just don't have a lot of barbecue eaters around here.
Door. Some pretty intense staring contests have been held right here. The ultimate game of battleship. It's best not to sit on these couches, but if you do, you better be wearing a hazmat suit. It's best not to sit on these couches. Heck, Malden. That buffoon always got credit for cases I solved. Problem with vid phones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Well, you shouldn't. The Presidio. I mean, the Palace of Fine Arts. No, wait, is it the Museum of Science? San Francisco just has too many landmarks. Time to get a new clock. If a bell is on the front desk, I could ring it and talk to the clerk. Door. As I ring the bell, I expect Nilo, but another familiar face pops up from behind the counter. It's Clint. Looks like he's dabbled in some home plastic surgery to cover his empty eye socket. It's amazing what you can do with a tire patch, spray paint, and crazy glue.
Ah, Mr. Murphy, will you be needing some housekeeping done? I can't remember the last time we saw you around here.
Clint? You work here now?
Oh, I guess you wouldn't remember. I heard about your blackout. I used to have those, but they were more brownouts, you know, my old chocolate addiction.
So, where is Nilo? You haven't had to resort to working for that scumbag, have you?
Nilo, man, I haven't heard that name in years. Not since I bought this place from him. The city was gonna condemn it, but Nilo didn't feel like fixing it up, so he sold it real cheap.
Where did Nilo end up?
You mean Nellie? He got a sex change. Yeah, I don't know. He tried to pass himself off as his long-lost twin sister for a while, but that didn't fly.
Well, you've come a long way, Clint. From living in a dumpster to owning your own dump.
But on the bright side, we've exterminated most of the roaches and reinforced the foundation after the big quake last year. And finally got real fire extinguishers, so no more painted-on safety features. We're up to a 3-star cubic zirconia rating in the Mutant Leisure blog spot now.
So how did you afford all of this? I mean, didn't you normally eat up all your profits at the chocolate stand?
It's mostly thanks to you, my #1 tenant. You pay up front and I always throw in a little extra to make sure I keep an extra eye on your place.
So, you say I haven't stayed here in a while? I must have a place somewhere else.
You kind of dropped out of circulation back in '44. No one around here knows what happened to you. Now you don't either, I guess. You're paid through the end of the year, just like every year. You're hardly ever here these days, but hey, let me get my nose out of your business. That sounded disgusting. Let's change the subject. What can I do for you? You keep being my best tenant, and I'll be your biggest fan. Deal? The cops came by to ask me about that, but I wasn't here at the time. This may not be much, but it's mine, and I love it. Just get the holes patched before you move out, or I will keep your security deposit. Nice guy, but he's got some screws loose. Dumbest name ever for a shop. Look, I know I used to joke with you about Chelsea being in love with me, but that was just my jealousy talking. That's Louie's niece, right? Tall, brunette. Oh. I've got to steer clear of his diner. Too many chocolate memories. Look, I've had my own problems, as you know. I was in a kind of a dark place 7 years ago. Dark, bitter, sometimes nuts, raisins, or God help me, marshmallows. Nice girl for circuits and chips. We don't need to talk about that, do we? That was a real tragedy. Maldonado was spying on you? Are you sure it was you? I can't help you with that. I can barely work a toaster. Maldonado? Nothing but trouble. I steer clear of that hombre. That guy's all mobbed up, so I keep my distance. That little gremlin's never forgiven me for stealing his newspapers and using them for blankets. I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs, and that's a risk I'm just not willing to take. Me? I'm just living the dream. One chocolate-free day at a time.
Door. Sapphire, eh? That sounds like a fun new neighbor. Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Nothing much happening out here. Needs a key. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Needs a key. Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me. Fat chance of that happening. Do you know what kind of creeps live in this place? Holly must be out on strike. I'd better come back later to talk to her. It's a 3 cards to midnight shop.
As I made it perfectly clear, your status as a paying customer earns you a modicum of goodwill. I suggest you use it judiciously.
Sorry, you lost me at modicum. Look, answer a few questions for me and I won't kick your butt when I get my memory back.
Just smelling the fumes coming off that establishment irritates my bowels. Like I always say, you can take a bum out of a dumpster, but you'll never get a dumpster out of a bum.
Inspector Burns finally opened his own barbecue joint. I bet it tastes just like arson in your mouth. Roads. Where we're going, yeah, we'll need roads.
It's real good having you stop in more regular. How can I help you? That Clint's really come up in the wild. Though I still hide the chocolate cake when he drops by. I don't want him falling back into his, old ways.
What the hell is that?
That's a SPO pad, protecting the universe from imperfect life forms since 1967. It's like a mall cop with a 5,000 meter volt taser without a moral code. Be careful, Tex. I could get hurt.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Van Winkle. What is it I can help you with, Rip?
Police have been here and set up a SFOPAD security system.
Well, that was sooner than I expected. Next time, try destroying the SFO pad before entering Meldondo's office.
As I step into Inspector Burns' barbecue, I think I'm having a stroke. But no, burning toast is their special today. Behind the counter is the kid who Louis referred me to as the computer whiz.
When you come to my house, come down behind the jail. I got a sign on my door, barbecue for sale. I'm talking about my barbecue. Only thing I say.
Welcome to Inspector Burns' Barbecue. My name is Mojo. Special today is chili con carnage. It'll destroy your hunger as well as your taste buds. Order when you're ready.
Well, those 3 little barbecued pigs look good. I could really wolf those down.
Hey, you're Tex Murphy.
And you're Mojo.
What a shagadelic name, baby, yeah!
My real name is Mordecai Josephus.
Are you serious? Well, that's my real name, too.
No way!
Yeah, well, it's pretty close. It's actually Tiberius, James Tiberius. Then my mom, she starts calling me Tibby. And, well, I had to come up with something that I could live with.
The ultimate Tex Murphy trivia. You just made my day. Look, I don't mean to geek out on you here, but you're Tex Murphy. Badass private eye. Man out of time. Always quick with a joke or his fist. What are you doing in a dump like this?
Well, I wanted to find out what was incinerating all the cockroaches.
Nice. Classic Tex Murphy.
Can you talk and cook at the same time?
Oh, you don't want to eat here. The food really will burn your face off. Inspector Burns is a bitter man. So, what are you working on? Wait, let me guess. Some kind of case just dropped in your lap. Seems like a small-time job, but there are tons of loose ends leading in all kinds of directions, and you are blindly getting nowhere.
Well, yeah, that is kind of what's happening.
Oh, I could help you.
Well, I guess you could grill the suspects.
You are killing me. Look, Mr. Murphy, you fancy yourself as sort of a timeless classic, a PI archetype for the ages. You know your way around a crime scene, but it's no secret that you're not so good at high-tech gadgets. That's where I come in.
Fine. I have a fax machine, for God's sake, and I barely know how to use that.
Whatever I can do, just let me know. I just can't believe I got a chance to meet my idol. Me and Archie are buds. So glad Archie opened up his shop here. He's like a god at all this conspiracy stuff. Chelsea Bando, the Nora to your Nick. I wish I could have met her. Inspector Burns has tried to torch the Bruin stew at least twice. Sometimes I spend hours just thinking about what kind of baby she and I would have together. Sorry you lost her, but man, did you ever get an attitude? You think Maldonado was spying on you? Not surprising. Sure, I can decrypt a memory stick, no problem. It may take a while, at least a day. He's the guy you hired to take photos of your cheating wife. You're the guy they hired to beat the crap out of the guy you catch with your wife. He says he likes barbecue, so I'm not sure why he eats here. Comes in here all the time to eat, just so he can complain. Like Inspector Burns says, it all tastes the same when your tongue's charred.
Another item on my to-do list today is checking out Maldonado's regular office that's on the street. It's a security drone. If I enter its line of sight, I'm toast. Lord knows what I could do with an anvil, but it might be useful.
Wow, nothing is so simple or wonderfully effective as blunt force trauma. Wow, nothing is so simple.
It's locked. I won't be able to enter without proper identification. Now that's a handsome depth. It's locked. I won't be able to... Nice to meet you, Maldonado.
Wow, a place even sleazier than yours. And you have an animal print bedspread.
Both Maldonado and I appreciate subtle storytelling techniques. Maybe we could have been friends, if you were alive. Both Maldonado and I appreciate subtle storytelling. Ew, even I have a higher standard of living, and I've eaten dog food before. It's the depressed man's kitchen. What's this? Emily? Oh, man. I hope she's doing this to get through school. I prefer Weenie World's tater tots. Problem with vid phones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Yuck. There's gum in this shoe. Amateur. Motel postcards. Maldonado must make his living spying on cheating spouses. Hair cream. Glad I don't need this. Well, even I wouldn't stoop so low as to reading someone's diary. It's the only roach hotel where you have a better chance of survival inside than outside. I prefer Weenie World's tater tots. Nice. Hello?
Could I speak to Carlos? Tex?
Sorry, have we met? That woman knew me, but hung up quickly when she realized I didn't know her.
If we can find her, maybe we could get some answers.
She must have visited Chandler while she was doing business with Maldonado. Maybe someone around here will recognize the photo. I prefer Weenie World's tater tots. It's a key to the exclusive llama club. If this woman has been doing business with Maldonado, maybe someone else on Chandler Avenue will recognize her.
Whatever you need, Mythe, just ask. I might have seen this lady in here not long ago. Didn't catch your name.
Hey, Mr. Murphy. Still running the decryption program. You can hang with me till it's done. Shouldn't be more than 4 or 5 hours. Who's that?
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions? I don't know what it is they're serving in there, but it sure as hell ain't barbecue. That guy's a go-getter. Why don't you get him to answer these questions? That's a fine piece of humanity there. She stopped by the other day and checked out our selection. Took her about 2 seconds to realize it was all crap, so she seemed to know her stuff.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Van Winkle. What is it I can help you with, Rip? Lovely. Oh, she may have come by here. I can't be sure.
A bell will be placed in the lobby if a...
Always happy to help out my best tenant. I know for a fact I've never seen this fox before, because if I had, she'd be my lady love.
Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting. Phone message.
This message is for Mr. Tex Murphy. Storm clouds are brewing. Are you with the White Russians or against us? A White Guard member is close. Prove your loyalty and we will reveal the truth.
What the heck was that? There must be another Tex Murphy in the phone book. Someday, I hope to collect all of the Mike and Ike Hammer comics and place them here. It's closed. Most businesses on Chandler Avenue won't open. Cigarettes. Yummy.
The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot.
Only the most prestigious people are invited to this club. Nice cowboy hat. Yeah, I bet some intense smoking competitions take place here. Wow, this would match my bedspread perfectly. I wonder where they got it.